I do know from experience that the scientific method is not the only way we can know something. There's also just experience, right? If I do something in a certain way and all of a sudden I'm doing it slightly different, there's a little instinct that goes off, tells me don't do it that way because that's not how you often do it. Don't grab the door that way or don't grab that tree that way because there might be a thorn there or something. It's like a memory. Experience is a way of knowing. Scientific method is a way of knowing. Intuition and instinct is a way of knowing. Synchronicity is a way of knowing. Where all of a sudden, like I was going to go have my foot x-rayed, the whole thing, and all of a sudden synchronicities were occurring and told me do something else. I ran into an old roommate of mine at a wedding randomly. He was the photographer, completely random, in Long Island, out in the Hamptons. And all of a sudden, he's like, dude, you broke your foot. I was like, yeah, dude, it's bad. It's like, boom, boom, boom. And then he tells me his experience of his broken foot last year, exactly the same injury, exactly the same situation. And then he's laying out how he healed it. I'm like, interesting that this should come up right now. So this thing that we can only learn in a certain way, which is scientific method, is not in alignment with truth. It isn't. There's other ways to learn, and you can learn from others. You can learn from experience. You can learn from scientific method. You can learn from intuition and instinct, and you can also learn from, a tree might give you a little, hey, check me out, or some messages from nature. That could be real. I'm not saying it is, but it could be. What my detractors are stuck in is they're stuck in materialism, which is this materialistic explanation for everything, and then only the material world matters. And I suspect that, yes, we're in a material body, and yes, the material world matters, and also your emotional world matters, and your mental world matters, and your spiritual world matters. And I've had to learn from experience that I think it is true what Wayne Dyer said. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. I think that is true. And I entertain that possibilities. And therefore, I don't live my life from just the physics of the material world. And that's what my detractors are against, because ultimately what we grew up with, the science background, what I mean by scientism is not the scientific method. It's all this BS that surrounds the scientific method that says, oh, you're a Christian, you can't do science then. Oh, you believe in God, you can't do science then. Oh, you don't believe in the Big Bang, you can't do science then. Who said so? Who's saying that? Well, I'll tell you who's saying it. It's people their religion is materialism. Their religion is the materialistic explanation, and they've co-opted science and dragged it into this BS, which is called scientism, which says, oh, there's a pill for every ill. We know that. It's like, oh, no, there's actually physical causes of illness, but there's also spiritual causes of illness, and there are definitely emotional causes of illness. We look at all of them. I'm in that field. I have to look at all of it. And that's what's happened. The reason why they're so upset at me and why they have to call me a pseudoscientist and insult me and all that is because what I'm going after is their religion.
Continue watching this fascinating conversation for free by clicking on the link below to visit our website, learn from the best minds in the world, and connect with a community of passionate people building the best versions of themselves. Just click on the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.